I'm claiming, I'm a student of history, I'm claiming that never before in the entire history of humanity that has taken place. That such a large number of children in such a short span of time, in such a small space, buried alive by one military group. And what's taking right now in Gaza, okay, is unprecedented in human history. And we have people with straight faces coming on TV and saying,
okay, now wait, back
there
to
are
the
nuances.
Wait.
There are nuances we need to talk about.
Okay, I'm not going to get a chance to say. So your original statement that I disagreed with was you.
No,
told,
you were jumping around. You were saying no. This is not. Yeah.
Is this how we debate in England? I'm not sure. So your initial claim was that 15,000 children have been literally buried alive.
More than that.
So more than 15,000 children they've dug holes while they're still alive and put 15,000 children in holes and then covered it with dirt again.
Okay.
You literally said that it happened.
I'm gonna.
And I called you on absolute bullshit.
Okay. I'm going to repeat.
That hasn't happened.
I'm going to repeat.
So that's
I'm going to repeat my statement. I'm going to repeat my
Yeah,
statement.
but you can repeat it
I'm saying never before in human history.
I'm a parrot. Doesn't make it true, bro.
Never before in human history such a large number of children have been buried alive in such a short span of time, in such a small space. Never before in human history. It's a challenge.
We heard you. 10 times.
It's insane.
Bomb on the Japanese cities. Didn't they destroy the buildings and all the rubble land on the children?
The firebombing.
That was burning. That was burning.
Yeah, okay.
What about the
That was burning. That was burning. Like, I agree with you. That's a very good point. The gentleman just referenced Hiroshima and Nagasaki, another Western power doing the same thing. What is Israel doing right now? Israel is a Western power, by the way, backed by the Western nations, by Western governments. Okay, you can't deny that. You can't deny that. That's a fact. I'm not making a controversial statement here. Okay, so Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
No.
Wait.
When you make statements that 15,000 children have been literally buried alive.
Yes, literally. What can you not understand? Which part can you not understand?
You are so removed from reality that anything you say after that, nobody can take seriously. So I'll bid you goodbye.
No problem. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so there are precision missiles. There are precision missiles by one of the most sophisticated armies in the world, firing rockets at the bases of the buildings. Bases. The rocket goes to the base of the building, so the building collapses. It doesn't hit the building in the middle. It doesn't hit the building on the top. If you look at those missiles going into the buildings in Gaza, they're going to the base of the building collapses on all the children and the parents, right? So that's why we have over 20 to 30,000 children buried alive. Most of them now permanently disabled. This barbarity, this brutality, this genocide, or this type of genocide has never taken place before in human history. I'm only talking about it because someone poked me on this, right? Otherwise, you know, you're getting your case ready. Are you are you going to?
What happened in 7 October?
Sorry?
Do you know what happened in 7 October?
What happened on the 6th of October?
And the 5th?
I know what happened on the 7th of October. I know what happened on the 7th of October. Fine. Before we get to the 7th of October was a smaller catastrophe. Than what has to. Wait, I'll tell you why. You can say that 7th of October triggered what happens later. Okay, I agree. Okay, many innocent people died on 7th of October. I agree with you. Okay, that doesn't give the license to Israel to go and wipe out an entire population. I've agreed with you. 7th of October, a catastrophe, an atrocity took place where innocent people died, 100%, no doubt. Okay, now, moving on from that, does that give a license to Israeli generals, IDF soldiers, and Zionist propagandists?
Okay, so let me answer you, okay?
Yeah.
People are...
What's my question? What are you answering?
I will ask... No, I'm telling you answer, okay?
Are you Israeli?
Yeah.
You're an Israeli.
Yeah.
And have you been...
7th of October, you attack people.
Have you been in IDF? Have you been in IDF?
I will be there in 1 week.
You will be,
Yeah,
and you
I
will
will
go
send
and
them.
join the IDF,
Yeah,
a
of
genocidal
course,
entity.
I support my country. In 7
So
October,
even if your country is committing a genocide, you will support it.
Let me
Yeah.
talk, okay?
Okay, we have a potential prospective.
Let me speak. Don't speak to the 10 cameras, I'll speak to you, okay?
So that it's clear.
So in 7 of
Okay, I'm
October-
talking,
No,
everyone,
I
I'm
don't
talking
want
to
it.
an Israeli lady. I'm talking to an Israeli lady.
Yeah, it's
She is
up to
going
me.
to join the IDF in 1 week, and we're going to try to convince her not to do that. Let's see if
No,
we are
you don't
successful.
convince me. You want to convince
We will,
me
we
or
will.
you want to listen
We will.
to me, okay? It's
You,
a different conversation.
two
No,
things.
no.
Okay.
Let me speak
Two
for
things
a
will happen
second.
today. Two things will happen before you leave.
In a 7
Before, you can't bully me. It's not Israel.
Is he a
Okay.
child?
It's my
Yeah.
turn to
Is he a
speak.
child?
So can you give her the mic? Can you give her the mic? Just put the mic on her.
Look at your audacity the way you speak.
Yeah. So before we continue, two things will happen today. Either you will lose your humanity completely and you will reject all human values, or you will join,
And they get kidnapped, many kids.
or you will
were
do the decent
kidnapped,
thing.
Were raped, many women.
There's no evidence for that. No evidence for that. These are all lies. These are all lies. We do not believe the Israeli government. We don't believe. We can. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have a
You have a
conversation.
friend that was kidnapped
Okay,
and
let's-
raped? You
let's-
have that? No. So
Okay,
don't
you
live
finish
there.
and I'll
I
respond.
live there.
You
Every
finish.
half hour, we
Let's
have
not
like-
shout. Let's not
Why
shout.
would
Brothers,
you
brothers,
say-
please don't intervene. Don't intervene. Just
Okay,
let her
so
talk.
then-
Let her talk.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let her talk. It's a good
So, in 7 of October, there was like many people go inside Israel, kidnap kids, kidnap women, kidnap women that in...
We had 40 babies.
So, if you... I'm very...
Wait.
We had 40
Wait.
babies. Go on,
A lot of these things you said are true.
Yeah.
A lot of these things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Israeli propaganda has been, they have been rapes. Wait. They have been rapes, and 40 babies were beheaded. Even Biden.
Okay.
Joe Biden, he
Okay.
came
So
and
you
made the
accept
statement.
us
Do you accept?
that
Do you accept
women
that?
in our
Do
country
you accept
will
that?
be raped and we will
Wait.
return you a fire?
What's your name?
Okay.
Wait.
People are accepting
What's
that
your name?
all our movements will
What's
be
your
raped.
name? What's your
and
name?
Our men, no. And our men
My
will
name
be
is Adnan. What's your
kidnapped.
name? What's your
Yeah,
name?
that's not matter.
40 babies were beheaded. That's what you
Okay,
did.
but the party
Not
of
true.
our babies always kidnapped and
Brothers,
died.
can I-
Is that
can I-
okay?
can I-
Is that
can
okay
I-
that our own women will be kidnapped and raped?
Can I
But
talk to
yours
her?
cannot be
Can I talk to her?
replaced?
Let.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, relax.
Okay, I
Relax.
just want you to
No,
say
relax,
that
relax.
There's another side.
Relax.
You need to look at the other side. The social media does
I-
show you the other
Listen.
side of the
Okay.
video.
Can I request from everyone to remain silent? Let her talk. See, you don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. You don't have to
Bye,
shout.
thank you.
But-
Thank you.
40 babies being
This was a lady. This was a lady.
That wasn't the debate.
This was a lady. She didn't want to talk. Clearly, you know why the Israelis brainwash their children and they become like this. What she was saying there, I told her that your country, your people are committing a genocide. They are burying thousands of children alive, right? And she heard that and she said, I will defend my country. I will defend my country. So your nationalism, your love for your people, your love for your kind, your love for your race is going to make you commit a genocide of children and innocent people. Fine. What happened on the 7th of October was an atrocity. No one's denying that. The question is, does that give you a license to go and join the same entity now that is committing a genocide against innocent children? Why do I keep saying children? Because they are the largest victims. They are the biggest victims of this unfair, unjust war. This is an unjust war. Why? Because Israel is an occupational power. Israel is occupying territory. Okay? So we had this lady, she said she's going to go next week and join the IDF. And we tried to convince her. We tried to convince her to do the right thing, to do the decent thing. Don't do that. Okay, we care about you. You're a human being. Okay? You are an Israeli. You have humanity. You have the same blood, same heart pumping in your chest, right? Have some humanity. Have some moral values. Don't just go and die for a genocidal, oppressive power. This is how the Atlantic slave trade continued. This is how Western colonialism continued for hundreds of years. You know why? Because people like this young lady were supporting the country. They were supporting an unjust occupation, an unjust brutalization of the natives in Australia, in Canada, in the American West, where hundreds of thousands, millions of Native Americans were wiped out by Western colonialism. Okay, when will this stop? is the question. Our battle, our struggle is against this kind of brutalization and this kind of brutality committed by anyone. We don't care who it is. Anyone who commits such atrocious acts against innocent people must be challenged and confronted. You cannot allow young people like this to join a genocidal power. So we tried to reason with her. That's all we can do. There's nothing else we can do. We cannot force her, but we can reason with her. And she didn't want to talk to us. Clearly, the reason she didn't want to talk to us because she knew she cannot defend the genocide. She has no way that she can stand there with a straight face and tell me that what's happening to the children in Gaza and her mother, I don't know, it was her mother or her aunt, she pulled her away. You pulled her away.
I'll talk to you.
Are you going to defend Israel? Are you going to defend Israel?
I'm going to try and be as honest about the problem as possible.
Okay. Are you going to defend Israel?
Hang on.